Today on Random Help, we'll be talking about hair, something I started to grow again after I cut it bald. Let's go! Here are my 5 facts. Number 1. Hair is for mammals, pretty much. There are other exceptions like the duck-billed platypus, but these species are on the borders of if it's an animal or something else like a reptile or a bird. It's really hard to say sometimes. But let's go away from that. But just know that mammals tend to have hair or fur. But let's stay with hair. Number 2. Thermoregulation. As you know, humans go through homeostasis. That means we contain a stable internal temperature. Now, through thermoregulation, our hair is very important. Our hair does two things depending on the temperature. If it's too cold, it goes through vasoconstriction. This means our hair erector muscles stand on its ends and traps a layer of gas. And this gas insulates us and reduces heat loss. And it also decreases blood flow in capillaries, so heat doesn't go out. Now when it's hot, this is different. This goes through vasodilation. Our hair erector muscles relax, and this allows heat to be released. Sebum is also produced by the sebaceous glands, and as our body is using up the energy, it tries to release the heat through this process. It also gets more blood flow in the capillaries, so heat from in the blood are released, and that's why you go red when you're hot. Number 3, keratin is the protein that's in our hair that makes our hair. Our hair are made out of actin filaments and cytoskeletons, which gives us the skeleton of the hair itself, and that's what gives it its structure. Number 4. Hair is grown in 3 stages: Anagen, Catagen, and Telogen. So what happens in Anagen? Well, you grow hair in the papilla. So that's where all the hair starts growing, and most hairs, around 85% of our hair, are in this phase. So our hair keeps growing at this phase in the hair follicles in the papilla. And then stage 2 occurs, which is called the catagen. Now in catagen, our hair follicles push up, but it loses a sixth of the original hair that was produced, and it's cut off from the blood supply. That's why it doesn't really hurt when you cut your hair. The next one is telogen. Now during telogen, our hair is pretty much dormant, so it's just like this, nothing's really happening, it's just a bunch of cells just there. And then our epidermal cells still keep growing in the follicles, but after a while, when new hair is starting to be produced, our follicles become soft again, and this allows new hair to grow. So it goes back to the anagen phase, and this is why you sometimes lose hair, and it's really normal. So shedding is a normal thing, not always a problem, but sometimes you may get problems like when you have zinc deficiency or things like that, which prevent your hair from coloring, or if you have a genetic condition. Number 5 is our hair color. So as you can see with mine, it's a blackish hair, and well, black isn't actually color, so that because physics, and we must say really dark blue, let's say, but for this purpose, let's say black. So physicists, shut up. Okay. Alright, melanin determines the color of our hair. So eumelanin is the one that codes for the black or brown hair. The other type of melanin is pheomelanin. This allows hair color to be a reddish kind of color, and that's why you get things like ginger and those other people that get actually slightly red hair. And pheomelanin do mix, and it's depending on the mixture, you get different variants of colors, from black all the way to a blonde color, depending on the extremities of each, of how much eumelanin or pheomelanin there is. So I hope you learned something new today about hair, and well, my one's still growing, and hopefully it'll grow to the hair I want it. And that's it for me today. Random Help over now, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Today we'll be reviewing the